Hey everybody, this is your girl Deborah Coco, and make sure you check out Just Give Me the Mic on all social media. Also, check us out on Bronx at Channel 16 on Sundays at 10 p.m. And soon we will be launching on MNN coming up in June, everybody. So stay tuned for that network information. Support. If you want to interview, make sure you hit me up on justgivemethemic12@gmail.com. You want us to come out and rep at one of your events, also hit me up for that as well. And love is love, everybody. See y'all soon. Support. Hi, everybody, and we are back. Right now, we're actually going to have something a little different on this portion of the show. We're going to do an actor spotlight, right? I've done this a couple of times in the past, and I find it to be very informative to sit down and have this like a one-on-one chat about the experience, your journey of being an actor and why you chose this lane, how, you know, tell us a little bit about how things opened up for you.
Well, what's interesting too, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. What's really interesting for me to be here on your show and I'm watching, the artist. So I was a rapper back in the day.
You were?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that because I don't really talk about it that much. But to see the other artists, I'm like, wow. And that helped me, and I hope will inspire other people, other writers in particular, to start writing TV shows because I was a backpack rapper. So back then, we used to battle in the hallway.
You did in school?
Well, no, in the project.
Oh, in the project, okay.
Yeah, we go, and so we would battle, and like if you got me, I would go home and write. You know what I'm saying?
And meet him again?
Come back tomorrow and be like, yo. So we always had our notebooks. Wherever we went, we was always bang,
Wow.
But because I filled up notebooks, I got used to writing. And I was always a good writer. And so that's what
opened up something else for you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In the midst of battling, right?
Yeah.
Trying to keep your name as the winner, so to speak, in a rap battle.
Yeah.
It taught you that you can write and do some other things.
So the music industry was very brutal for me.
Okay.
I don't know about other people, but for me it was brutal.
How? Why you say that?
Well, because it was a lot of drugs.
Oh, in that era, right?
Yeah.
So what
it
era
was
are we talking about?
In the 80s. This was like
Grandmaster Caz, Melly
No,
Melon
right
up
after
top?
the next era with Ultramagnetic, Ego Tripping,
right? Stetsasonic, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and back then, man, it was like, snatching gold chains and, you know what I'm saying, pink champagne and all that, whatever. But as the years proceeded, like I was in the street. There was some people that some people was rapping about being in the street, but we were in the street.
We was in the street,
yeah, and then we were rapping, you know what I'm saying? But we was having shootouts and rapping because we was doing that stuff that they was we was doing it.
Living it out.
Yeah, and that don't work in the boardroom.
No, it doesn't.
Because the record company, I signed a deal when I was 18, but they ain't want nothing. Yeah, they ain't want nothing to do with me because I was always in and out of jail.
Okay, and they can't make no money off of you, right?
In jail,
you can't make no records, and they can't make no money off of you if you're going in and out of jail. That's the number one thing.
I got stacks of notebooks coming out of prison. Look, we're gonna make 10 albums.
Okay.
And then I'm back in the street, and then back in jail.
So how did the whole idea that you wanted to become an actor, how did that come about?
Yeah, so that really just fell on me. So
it did?
yeah, so I knew I wanted to do voiceover. I had learned about voiceover.
Definitely got a voice that's distinctive.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you. And I encourage everybody, like I've been trying to tell everybody, get into voiceover in any aspect of any of the entertainment industry.
I would love to. I don't know how.
Yeah, jump in. And there's a reason why. You ever hear when people say that you want to hide something from black people, you put it in a book? Right. It's a reason why we don't know.
It's so hard for me to find it, right?
Because they don't want you to find it because them checks is like this.
Wow.
Them checks, the biggest checks in any app. The only check that is bigger than maybe a voiceover is a writer.
I'm about to say like publishing,
right?
Publishing, writing, that type of thing.
Because we get royalties. I get royalties for voiceover. Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk.
I
would love to do that.
You would be good at it. You'd be very good at it. And a lot of people, people just don't know.
It depends on the character that they're looking for you to actually do when you're on the mic and reading the script,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You just got to know how to animate and accentuate your voice, right?
Well, there's a job for everybody.
Right.
So, like, I can't do the Palm Olive, you know what I'm saying? But I can do the Allstate commercial.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Where you can't do the Burger King commercial, but you can do the Revlon commercial.
So what are some of the voiceovers that you've done? Like, what is do they have you kind of like in a certain genre?
No,
is there
sometimes.
a genre within voiceovers?
There can be, but I'm fortunate because my voice Yeah, I can be sexy. Hey, ladies, how you doing? I can do that for Michelob.
Authoritative.
Yeah, I can do authoritative. I can do right now. In my pocket, I have tomorrow a big voiceover for Hewlett Packard. It's a computer company. It's like a
Nice.
tech company, which I know nothing about, but they like my voice.
Oh, nice.
So
So how does that work? Do you put a voice sample up?
Yeah.
And then they actually go to like some database or something?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
I have a reel, like a demo.
Okay.
So I have a demo that has about 59 seconds long. It has 4 or 5 different commercials. They're mock commercials. They're not real commercials. You go to the studio, it costs you about $1,500 to make the demo.
Oh, wow.
So you have to invest in yourself. You don't go to somebody who says, "Oh, I can get it cheaper." It's not about being cheap.
Right.
You better have some stuff because them people down there, they're sitting on money.
No, you're right. And it's serious. I mean, if you put that $1,500 investment on you, look at the turnover that you could get from that.
The
you know?
first big commercial that I got this year is really a small commercial to other people was Audi. In January, I did an Audi commercial. Took me about 25 minutes to record 7 lines.
Wow.
The first check was $11,000. So like, there's the 1,500 right there.
Oh, wow. No, that's a profitable
Yeah.
line of work right there. To just speak some words.
For 25 minutes.
Right, to speak some words. I would love that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So let's talk about some of the projects that you've worked on, because I know you've written a couple of different, like
Yeah.
right now, we have
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Jackson up
Mr. and
right
Mrs.
now.
Jackson,
So
yeah.
tell us give us a little rundown of some of the projects that you actually wrote
Yeah.
and you actually film your
Yeah.
own part and you
Yeah.
edit. I just
Yeah,
found
yeah,
out.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let us know, tell us a little bit
Mr.
about
and Mrs.
that.
Jackson is me and my fiance Josephine, who is a former runway model, which I really started to focus more on her.
Okay.
Because she looks great. She's
Yes.
awesome. So like
Yes.
we want people to focus on her. I wanted to take street hustling and take no more narcotics.
There she go right
Yeah.
there, runway modeling
But
right
yeah,
there as you brought it up.
You take the product and start pushing it. The same
Right.
way we would do in the street.
Smart.
Take this as a product
Smart.
and start
Brand
pushing
yourself.
it. Yeah.
A lot of people brand companies and brand all these different things, but sometimes you are the brand,
Yeah,
right? Just
yeah.
like you would for anybody
Yeah.
that's in the business.
And your other guests were talking about it, making your own T-shirts,
Right.
make your own sneakers,
Right.
make whatever that you want.
So that's a great concept.
Yeah, so we started asking people how it works, like how do you sell a TV show, like what do you do, where do you go? And one by one, people started coming to us, telling us little bits and pieces of what to do.
Okay.
Mind you, I had experience now because I've been acting about 3 or 4 years, so I knew what a script looked like. I didn't really take classes. I took a couple classes, but I just sat down one day and started writing.
Wow.
Instead of holding back, I was in, they got Black Google. So downtown at Google, there's a section just for the young black kids.
Oh, okay.
There's a diversity program.
I didn't
it's,
know that.
Yeah, it's called Black Google. So while I was there, somebody asked a question like, I have these ideas, but I don't know what to do. What should I do? And so the guy that was there was celebrity guy. He was like, listen, I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to ask you one question. What are you waiting for?
Right.
And when
Right.
I
What
heard
are
that,
you
I was
waiting
like,
for?
yeah.
You took it in
I
yourself.
went home.
What am I waiting for?
I started writing. I saw
That's
the vision.
awesome.
Yeah.
I was there on set one day.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
when you shot the scene in Harlem.
Yeah,
Near the Polo Grounds
Yeah,
right there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I just watching. You know, I was a spectator
Yeah.
just watching. I saw your face. You're very serious. You had
Yeah.
everything detailed how you wanted it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, your vision, you laid it out.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
hard. It's hard work, and you gotta stay like you have to stay on it. You know,
Yes.
it gets tough, man. That day I forget because like we didn't eat. I think
Time
it was-
goes by when you
we
caught
didn't
up,
eat.
right.
Yeah, yeah. It happened to us in Miami. So we shot in Miami, in Harlem. We have Atlanta and Philly.
Wow, you traveled outside and did some scenes as well.
The big goal is for Africa. So
Oh, wow.
we want to go to Africa. So what happened is we went to this big conference. It's called
Mm-hmm.
NAPI in Miami in January. It's coming up, and it's the National Association of Television Producers. So we go down there. We have our sizzle reel here, and we want to sell it to whoever.
You're all excited. You're
yeah,
like,
we're all excited. Yeah,
it's edited. It's ready to go,
yeah,
right?
well, we get down there, they bust our bubble. So they were like, we can't take it. Don't hand us anything. We can't take anything unsolicited. So we're like, oh, wow.
So you kind of you package it, you tried to
Yeah.
give it to someone.
Yeah, they have Miramax, HBO,
All the major
Viacom,
players.
all the big dogs down there.
Wow.
All of them. Like you could tell you were in the room with, like we went down there dressed New York slick. We wasn't even close to, they were just like, oh, okay.
That's a whole nother level
Yeah.
when you go in. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
hit those people like that,
Yeah.
that's how I felt when I worked at the stock exchange. Like, this is not the money I'm used to.
Yeah.
This is money.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Dealing with those people on that level.
Yeah.
So how was that? Like, how did you feel? Like, I know you feel confident when you behind the scenes putting it together.
Yeah.
But now you presenting it and you have to sit back.
Yeah.
And wait to get the feedback from somebody else about your work.
Yeah, so it was tough, but what happened was, you know, as the way the world works, the universe works, at the last minute. So Sunday, people were leaving. We saw the people from HBO rolling their stuff out of the hotel. Now, we haven't had a meeting with anybody.
With
It's
nobody.
Sunday. Yeah.
So you go there when? Like, it's like a weekend thing?
Yeah,
you go
we
there
got in
Friday.
there Friday.
So you have 2-3 days
to pitch.
to make a connection
Yeah.
with somebody, with
Yeah.
one of the major players there. So you're saying now it's Sunday. No connection made. Nobody sat down and really had that conversation you was looking for.
We watching them leave. I saw the dudes
man.
from HBO, they're going out dragging the luggage, and we're like, yo. And Josephine, my fiance, she was like, listen, just hang on. We're still here. We still got a few hours. Just hold on. And then boom. When you're at the conference, there's an app for the conference. So we paid like $1,500 a ticket each to be in the conference, not counting the hotel and all the other. So the app buzzes, and the lady is like, I like your stuff. I want to meet you. Can you meet us at the bar?
Ooh, you're like, woo, right.
Okay.
Somebody, right?
Yeah, so I won't name the company, but they're from Africa.
Okay.
So we get over there, and she's like, listen, I had 15 pitches this weekend, and I was looking for one particular type of show. I did not find anybody until I saw your stuff.
Nice. And I know that made you feel like,
Yeah.
like you said, look how much money you invested.
Yeah.
How about all the time you put in filming, finding locations, getting
Yeah.
actors?
Yeah, we're 2 years in.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's been
It takes a lot. You know,
Yeah.
people don't realize just for a 2-minute commercial could take
long time.
hours,
Yeah,
right,
long
to do.
time,
So
yeah.
imagine a whole movie.
Yeah.
So okay, so now you made the pitch. The person wants to meet with you, right?
Yeah, she liked this right away. She was like, well, we thought she was going to buy it.
Uh-huh.
So she
That
was
didn't
like,
happen?
well, she made us an offer, but the offer was that we come back with 12 episodes completed.
Oh, so where are you at now? With how many episodes?
We have about 6.
Oh, so you're halfway through.
Yeah, and it's a lot of money and a lot of
Yes.
time. It's much more time than we thought. 'Cause
Right.
we've been 2 years on this. now,
Right.
you know? So now I sort of decided, like, look, we're just going to give her 6 episodes, and then we'll see if we'll shoot the other 6 next year.
That's to be like your pilot shows.
Yeah.
Let me know if this is enough content where you can make a decision
Yeah.
if you want to fully invest
Yeah.
in this project or not, right?
Yeah.
So
'Cause-
is she okay with that? Are you going to have you sent it over to the company as
No,
of yet?
no, I'm still editing.
Oh, wow.
I have till the end of the year to get it done. So
Okay.
it's like I'm up every night editing. I mean, it looks great. It's coming out
No,
really
it
good.
definitely does. And I
Yeah.
see some great moves. All
Yeah.
of that choreography, everything has
Yeah.
to be, people don't realize.
Yeah.
But don't ever lose focus. Stay with it because it's definitely an awesome project.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
thank you.
excited. So what is it about? Tell us about who Mr. and Mrs. Jackson are. Tell us about
So
that.
Mr. and Mrs. Jackson are based off of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the movie.
Right.
But we're in the hood. So we interact with
Nice.
everybody in the hood. Like the people that normal law enforcement agents couldn't get information from, we
You
can
can
get
get it.
information from.
Okay.
So yeah,
You're the
so-
go-to people,
Yeah,
right.
so we're on a mission. So in this case, we're looking for a disc, and the little girl is one of the agents, and I forget her name now, Janine Jackson. She has 2 names. So her model name is Ebony Mystique, but her
okay.
agent name is Janine Jackson. So Janine and Marcus are married, but they don't know each other. So they were put together by the agency to work on a case.
Okay.
But they don't know each other. And through the process of the case, of the different cases, they start to get to know each other and like
okay.
feel each other out. So
Okay.
yeah, so they have a little fight in the beginning over the disc.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Who has
yeah.
the disc? She has it?
She just got it. We were both trying to get it, and so the chief tells us where to get the disc and the information from the new case.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more about it. I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen a couple of some things that you put up on social media.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested. Now we don't have too much time, but
Yeah.
you've been in so many things. Give us some names of some things you've been in.
Yeah, so the last one I just shot, I guess I'm not supposed to say it. So I'm learning now because these are the things that I'm telling you about downtown. They don't tell you this. So the one show that I shot, so The Blacklist, I played the blind guy. That was really fun. I think
Nice.
that's season 4, episode 18.
Nice,
Yeah,
okay.
that was a lot of fun. Mr. Robot, I played a correction officer.
You did?
Yeah.
I think I
So-
saw that.
Yeah. So
Did we
that's
see
fun.
that? Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in another show, I played this inmate with all these tattoos and all this stuff, and then Friday I just shot a scene in a brand new show. It's brand new. Comes out on CBS on Sunday nights. Matter of fact, it comes out tonight.
Okay.
Well, not the show, not the one that I'm in, but that show, and it's all good. So I'm really just pressing forward as much as I can get on my reel, because the more stuff that I can get on my reel, every time I do something, yeah, it makes people more aware of what I'm doing.
Right.
So, you know, it's
well,
a lot
I
of
applaud
fun.
you, following your passion and your dream, even when you're faced with challenges, along the way, and you still are following along that path. So I think that's awesome about, you know, where can we find something? Do you have like a website, like your reel? Like where can they follow you and get more information about what you're doing?
So my reel, my personal stuff is just DanielDanielson.com or Daniel Danielson on social media. I think Instagram, my name is backwards. Like, since my name is Daniel Danielson, Instagram is like Danielson Daniel. I didn't know how to do it, and now I know about Instagram. So, but Mr. and Mrs. Jackson is Mr. and Mrs. Jackson.tv. And I think it's the same thing on Instagram, just Mr. and Mrs. Jackson TV or Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. Usually just Mr. and Mrs. Jackson will pop right up.
And it'll come right up.
Yeah. And but the website, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson.tv. And as we continue to grow, we just keep putting more stuff out there.
No,
YouTube
that's awesome. That, I love this. I remember I said, wow. And she did the whole flip and everything.
She did. She does everything. She's happy about the fact. This scene took us days to shoot.
It did?
We shot in different days. If you notice, there's different angles. This is the car going on the highway. This is above the top. There's something below.
Because you do have, that's all retakes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's all reshooting over and over and over again, just to put all those different elements, all those different shots together.
Because we don't want it to look basic, because we don't have the budget that everybody else has. So we don't want it to look like just the camera just sitting there and people talking.
Right, exactly. So you have to shoot it from different angles.
Yeah, we got the Maybach. She got different color hair every other day. We're down in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
No, you do. You have it. You're making it look like you have a budget, which is good. So you're definitely being real good when it comes to that. So, I mean, I wish you the best. I hope everything goes according to plan, and you know, the creativity, I love it. The project, make sure you check out Mr. and Mrs. Jackson when it comes out. Go to the website, support the show. It's going to be awesome. And anything else that you would like to say to people who have been supporting you? And like, you know, it takes a lot to put all these different things together.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to thank my fiance for sticking by me through all the insanity of mine. But I also want to thank you and Talib for the hard work that you do. You know, because if not for the platform that I notice now that you're giving to a lot of people, and to be here in the Bronx, it just means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because one last thing is, my foundation is hip hop. So you'll notice that you don't hear it here, but when you see the show, you'll hear I got Ultramagnetic. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear all old school, new school. Like, I think I even got one with Led Zeppelin in it, but my foundation is music, so there's a lot of sound design. You'll hear different things. I'm really good with sound design. You're not
just throwing music in there. You have a reason and a purpose. Things are coming to you, right?
Yes.
So, see, little things you find out behind the scenes, right? Well, I would hope that you come back and talk with us sometime soon in the future.
Yeah, I'd like to bring her. She would love to come.
I would love that. I would definitely love that. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Here you have it. This is the Actor Spotlight right now. Make sure you support. And if you have a story that you want to have featured on the show, make sure you write me to it. Jgtmtv12@gmail.com. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Best
of luck with everything. We'll be back in a minute. Hey everybody, this is your girl Deborah Coco, and make sure